Hey everybody, Kensurfs here, and we're in the shave den, and we're going to do another shave video. Now, I'm going to take a trip back in time from my perspective to when I was first starting out again with wet shaving. There was a time where I used to wet shave with a double-edged razor with my dad back in the early 80s, and then when they became unavailable, I went to the cartridge. You know, I mean, they were just unavailable. You had your choice. If you wanted to shave, use electric razor, use a cartridge razor. Well, now, flash forward and go back about 5 years ago, I started doing wet shaving videos, and I went to the supermarkets and I was looking for razors. And a lot of you new wet shavers who are thinking about going from a cartridge razor to a double-edged blade, you have a lot of questions and you're saying, hey, should I buy this $100 razor right away? Should I buy this $50 razor? And there's no need to. You can put your toes in the water very slowly. You don't have to jump right in. You can go to the supermarkets and you can find, here's some examples. If you're in Europe, you could probably find the classic Wilkinson Sword DE razor. If you're in the US, you can find the Dorco Prime razor, which is very similar to the Hagen razor. And this was like the first razor that I've seen almost everywhere was the Hagen. Then you have the Pawn Stars guys razor, very similar to this, might even be the same model as this, made in China. You know, you can find your shaving cream in a tube. Cremo is available here at Target, and I've seen it at Target stores, and I've seen it at Vaughn's, along with their brushes. And always you can find Old Spice or something that's been on the shelf forever. So you don't have to jump in and start spending a lot of money. So I am going to do a shave today. I'm going to go back in time. I'm going to do a shave with this razor with one of their blades. Now, if you have a bad experience with a entry-level razor and the blade, don't get disheartened. Just possibly try a different blade. You can still find DE blades. You can get your Gillettes. Maybe they're not available everywhere, but you can find different DE blades. You can find them online for sure, but if you're walking into Walmart or something, you'll probably find King C. Gillette blades or something. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to use this today. Let me clear the way. And I'm going to use their blade. Man, I haven't opened this box in probably 5 years. Does that mean I'm a hoarder because I'm hanging on to them? So here we have Hagen blades, and here we have a very basic twist to open. Well, I still have the Hagen blade I did with my original shave all those years ago. It's a twist to open. It's okay quality. It's not, you know, it's like the Volkswagen compared to the Porsche. You know, you can, if you like these things, you can step up. I learned to drive in a beat up 1965 Mustang. The kids in Huntington Harbor, they were learning to drive in their dad's Porsches. So, you know, I started out with an entry-level car, and, you know, I'm still in a semi-entry-level cars. You can call a Dodge Challenger an entry-level. All right, let's see here. Well, the blades are made in Germany. So that's a good thing right away. The blades are made in Germany. We're going to use one of their blades. It's kind of neat because I have no idea. And I got kind of a bit of growth going on. You can see the Santa Claus beard coming in. I'm not sure. Whoops. How this shave is going to go. But we locked it in. Locked it in. Got a little blade overhang. All right. All right. I'll have to do a face lather. You can have a bowl. I just don't have one handy. But you can face lather this soap. All right. So first, though, you got to soak your brush. Cremo uses horsehair brushes. This is horsehair. It was taken humanely. There's no animals hurt. This comes from their mane and their tails. It's a little bit different than synthetic. Synthetic is a little softer, but horsehair does work. Okay, let me wet the face. So yeah, this is almost like the back to the beginning wet shaving days. All right. Now what I usually do for a wet shave or for a face lather is you get some of the water out of there. Put on a little bit of your, oh, brand new. Hold on. All right. Had to take the seal off. Wet that brush one more time. Get some water on it. Here you go. Nice scent. Put a little more. What you're doing with the brush, new wet shavers, is you're exfoliating your skin, taking off the dead skin cells and really saturating your beard with the soap and the water. And if you had a bowl and you mix this up in a bowl, it would be a lot thicker. All you experienced guys are going, hey man, we already learned this. But remember, these new guys, they're just starting out. All right, Hagen. And use seasoned wet shavers. Correct me if I'm wrong. These work, but maybe they're not as durable and maybe they're not gonna last as long as some of the more expensive ones. When you buy an expensive razor, you should expect that it's gonna be lasting a long time. Whereas these may last a long time, you know, depending on the quality control when they were built, right? And if you're a first-time wet shaver and you're nervous about this DE blade, just do one pass. See if you can get it with one pass. If you want a BBS shave, maybe you do 3 passes. I do 2 usually. 2 because I like talking to you. And it does give you a closer shave. And don't shave with your new shirt on, right? Or you'll be wearing it. You ready to go to work? You could go now. You're off to work. Just put a bit more of the lather on there. I would recommend you use a bowl. You mix this up if you're using a tube. You might try the face lather and it might not work out so good for you. I've done that, been there. Now I'm going back in time. I'm very surprised. I probably have not used Hagen blades in 6 to 8 years. And they've just been stored in a box here under my sink. They're working pretty good. And you can see the soap is very thin. But it's getting the job done. I was fully prepared to say these blades, you know, the reason I've cut myself all over the place today is because of the blade, but it didn't happen. And I did not cut myself. I believe that razor is under 20 bucks with the blades. Where you're at might be a little different. But if you get that razor and you're using these blades and you're getting a good shave. I went into Costco the other day and they had I think it was the Mach 3 or the Mach 5 or whatever they call it, the Fusion, pack of cartridges. And they're like 50 bucks. And of course, you know, it's going to give you a close shave, but it's got wasted full plastic in it. It's just not the same as these traditional shaves. And you're going to save, you know, a lot of money. And if you get good with this and you go, now I'm ready to step up. I'm going to go get something a little more heavy, a little, you know, different machining in the $50 to $200 range or something. You always can do that. And that's a once in a lifetime investment. But again, everybody, if you're just starting out, it's addicting. Yeah, it's addicting. I got like brushes. You probably can't see. You got brushes up there. Hang on, let me put this back. You just can't have one. All right. And I do like Old Spice. And I've got a lot of the classics up there, British Sterling, Old Spice. And I was going to use Aqua Velva, but my wife said, I don't really care for that much. And I go, well, I'm going to use this. She goes, well, I really don't care for that much either. And I go, well, what else are you going to find in a supermarket? Whoa. Whoa. And you're going to get a burn. You're going to get a burn. But there we go. I mean, a reasonably priced supermarket shave, not one nick, and it shaved really good. So if you're just starting out, you don't have to jump into the high-end stuff. You could start out with these lower-end ones, and they're still great. They're still great. I don't know how it's going to be if I use this daily for 5 years. I don't know if it would have held up, but then you step up. All right. Well, thanks very much for watching, everybody. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're returning, you're going, man, I haven't used a Van der Hagen in a decade either. Yeah, it worked pretty good. I might try those blades in some of my Mercures or, you know, some of my, one of my favorite razors, the 34G. I might have to use some of those blades in that, see how it works. All right, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.